Hey. Goes there, that goes
there. I think we're now do sound.
Sound it? Sound everybody? Sorry about that. All right, well, I guess we should start over. As I was saying.
Welcome to Side Dish. It's me, Doug.
I was doing a
Reintroduction of what we do here, which is side
dishes, appetizers, desserts, and tonight we're doing tapas, or one variation, not a variation. So tapas is, if you don't know this, it's a bunch of little dishes served either individually or cold or warm or all together, and you make one big meal. So
they keep opening tapas restaurants here, but they never say open.
Well, I was gonna say, you hear it in stuff, right? You hear like, oh, I'm having tapas, and then it's like this or that, and then it's like they open a place, we don't have tapas. It was interesting, and I liked the food that came out of it. I mean, but it's like it was too small of a place. It seemed crowded. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe that was just me.
I'm not sure.
Oh, well, I don't know what that means. Sorry. You can hear us. At least that's fine. But the fun part about this is, again, we're doing a gin and tonic because it's citrusy, and we're doing a citrus lemon marinade, citrus shrimp marinade for the shrimp, which is going to be skewered. Now, if we were going to do this, we did typically do this outside on the grill, but that we don't have that technology here. So we're going to use a grill pan instead. I did not know that this was just called a grill pan. The ridges simulate what a grill would do. I did not know that.
You knew that, but you didn't know.
I didn't know that there was a specific pan that did that. I mean, that's very interesting. So last week, we did the condensed milk brownies. Now, the second batch, we were told, because Amy sent them home with Andrea and her parents, that they turned out much better than the first batch.
Not better. They turned up because we didn't cut into when they were still hot.
And we baked them more.
And we did bake them more. Yeah. So go back and watch that if you haven't watched that, because that was an interesting one. I said it in that episode, but I'll say it again tonight. Making brownies. I mean, unless I'm going to make a box version, which I have, and then put peanut butter cups in the middle of it, then I don't really care. Ooh, I saw a dog back there. He's skimming cat boxes, it seems like. He just went from the bedroom
Which one?
It's one of the black ones, so.
Woody.
Probably Woody. So let's get started a little bit. What you need is one.
Oh, no, it was Jack.
No, there's a black dog back there, too.
He's right there, and who's right there?
Oh, well, he was in the night. Interesting. Bad. But you need a pound of shrimp.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on.
Did I not do something right?
Okay, so today, did you talk about, because we talked about it before the sound was on.
Yeah.
That it's citrus.
Right.
It's all citrus.
That's why we're doing, yes, I did. I talked about it a little bit. A citrus twist.
Yeah.
But I found the name gin and tapas to be hilarious because I was like, gin and tapas.
Oh, I didn't get that the first time around.
Yeah, gin and tapas, so not gin and tonic. I will say, get yourself a very good gin. Find the one that you like the best. I bought this gigantic thing today of the botanist.
You really like that.
It's so good. Also, I put it in the freezer as soon as I got it home, so it would be ice cold. And then I was looking up on which tonic waters to get, and this Fever Tree is one, and then there's one called Q, I think, something like that. Yeah, the quality of it as well, but
Fever Tree.
This is called Fever Tree. It's premium Indian tonic water. The interesting, the whole thing behind tapas and gin and tonics in general are fun because it's like. Yeah, we are. We're going to talk about that. But
Not the olive oil, because
What olive oil are you using?
I'm using Orsi because it's continued to be part of. You want something that's going to be infused a little bit of that flavor into the shrimp.
yeah.
So use a high quality for that. So basically, what you need is 1 orange, 1 lemon, 1 lime, 3 to 4 cloves of garlic minced, some parsley, salt and pepper, excuse me, and olive oil. Amy just said the word I couldn't come up with. So, and then you need to,
And 1 pound of shrimp.
deveined tails, you can leave the tails on. But you also need to take wooden skewers and you need to put them in the sink or in a bowl that's big enough for them. Now, those ones were too big for this pan. So I have the big brain idea before. I'm just going to cut them down. And so then I thought, well, I have something to cut them. I have a chop saw on the garage, and I put them down and went like this, and they went. And luckily, I wasn't hurt, but they literally kind of exploded because I don't know if you know about skewers are just like they're stringy. Yeah, so like they just hit it, and they just like the vibration from cutting like it was. As I told Denise,
Now,
I didn't do that.
I have a tiny chop saw, like a desk-sized chop saw for crafting, which I was taking a nap when I did this. I would have said, no, don't use that. Use this very small, precise, much thinner blade. But I didn't know what it was.
Right.
You can also soak those in a base of water.
See, this is why I can't do this alone. I have to have the big brains around me. Yes. Yeah, that makes much more sense now. I mean, whatever. I got.
You do have to soak them because otherwise they do light on fire.
Yeah. In this application, probably not as much.
Because you're not having the flame.
Right. But if you're going to do it on an actual grill or open flame.
Your food sticks to them more if you don't soak them.
Right. So let's talk about the food and this whole thing about gin and tonic. And
Andrea, I want to know if you took credit for making the brownies that you took to the TLC, or if you.
What's next?
Also, why are you here? You got your house.
Yeah, sitting there drinking. It's fine. Who isn't? So we got that. It's again very easy to put together because really most of the time spent on this is putting the marinade together and then marinating. At least you want to, once you get it marinated, it needs to be at least 30 minutes or up to 4 hours, which is better.
Do you have some marinating right now?
I do.
Okay, good.
Gave away the secret though.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Clearly says on the itinerary, weeks long. Just kidding.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Doug has printed
A 5-page itinerary
for
episode tonight.
Why is because I went back and watched a few episodes and I noticed that I was doing this a lot. Okay, so what's next? Yeah. And it was very annoying. So I'm trying to keep things moving. But so tapas. What did tapas and gin and tonic even have in common? Well, both of them are excellent on a warm summer's day. Gin and tonic, especially. Nothing is more refreshing. And tapas is Spanish, so it gets warm in Spain. And so I'm sure
talk about the history.
We are.
Which one?
Let's talk about tapas.
Okay.
So
Practical theory.
there's 3 theories. Yeah, there's 3 theories about how it came together. There's more than 3, but these are the 3 major ones that we found in our research.
Okay, so the practical theory is that tapas originated out of practicality. In the old days, farmers and laborers would often go to taverns during their break, drinking wine and eating a small snack. And known as tapas, and they had to be small so they didn't
Yeah, and oftentimes they were
work.
salty too.
And you all know why they're salty.
Because you drink more. But what does tapas mean in Spanish?
Oh, it means cover.
Yeah.
Well, in
English, it
Yeah.
cover or lid.
Yeah. So tapas is from tapar. Tapar? I don't know if that's it. Tapar. So like to cover, I believe, or something like somebody who speaks Spanish would be better to tell me this, but I know that that's what it means. It's roughly translates into English. And then there's the hygiene theory, which
that one applies to the cover or lid.
yeah. And this one does a little bit too, because the hygiene theory is like, you go in, you have a drink, and if you're in Spain where this originated, you're drinking, brandy or sherry or other fortified wines. And so the fruit flies would be gathered on top of it. So what they gave them bread, like as part of like a snack or whatever, and they would put it on the top of their drink in between drinks so that the fruit flies wouldn't get into their sherry or whatever.
So you don't get that.
Yeah. So it basically, the cover would start like with bread, and then eventually kind of got more and more elaborate with ham and cheese and on the bread and like things like that. Big other things about tapas, like you can get like things like a cold olive dish is good as tapas. There's all kinds. That's what I was gonna say. We had something very similar.
Good.
And then there's a third thing called the royal decree.
I think
One is bullshit.
Well, it's hard to say. There was King Alfonso X of Castile, and he became ill, and then because he was recovering and he had to eat small amounts of food with this wine between his meals, and then once he recovered, he declared that no wine should be served unless it has served with food.
But that would not happen just because
that had something to do with taxes or more
money for the kingdom or something.
Probably.
That's why I say that.
Yeah. But I mean, if you think about it, I mean, it's become, regardless of where it came from, origin-wise, it's like, tapas is like, when you talk about those teachers who came over from Spain, they talked about tapas a lot.
Yeah,
so it's like integral to like culture. So it's, if you want to see,
It's like better than appetizers,
Right? Because
Yeah.
it's like each thing is like
a little.
it's like an appetizer snack. Like you have it in groups, or you have it like you can eat it as a whole meal.
Yeah, but it's not like
a bowl of something.
Exactly.
It's like
It's meant to be shared.
It's
That's
like
the other thing.
it's like tea sandwiches for
tea and that kind of stuff, right? It's like a little individual.
Yes. And then gin and tonics it's interesting about I knew this, but it's when you kind of like look into it. But so gin and tonics, British soldiers through colonialism ended up in India and other tropical regions. And so what would happen is that what's in those hot, humid tropical areas, mosquitoes. And what comes with mosquitoes before they had modern medicine? Malaria. So they would use a compound that's called quinine, and they would mix it in with.
what is quinine?
Well, it's a
It's
bitter
like
compound that is found in the bark of the cinchona tree.
The what?
The cinchona tree. Yeah. It's bitter though. Like just on its own, it's super, super bitter.
Can you pop that open? I want to just taste that.
And so when they would have to take that,
No, Denise is shaking her head.
and it was so they had to take it in order to kind of prevent it, malaria that is. But British soldiers are like, we have to have something that's more palatable, so they mix water or lime or sugar and gin to sort of make it more palatable. And then they brought it back to Britain with them, and that's how it became a big drink out of Great Britain. What does that mean?
It's a
A little bit sweet on the front. Has
no artificial sweeteners.
and then it gets you like at the top back of
Your mouth, right?
Yeah.
Where bitter gets.
So, yes, that's interesting. Let's taste it.
But I wouldn't hate
To drink that by itself, even.
That's very interesting. The bitter is there, but the sweet, carbonated water. No, it does have sugar in it. So it must have just like.
But they did start
To like doctor it up because otherwise people would not
tolerate
Well, right.
just bitter.
Yeah.
bubbly water.
Sugar, gin. That's where the gin comes in as well. And then the gin itself has that highly herbal sort of, to it. But over time, they got better medicines for malaria, and then they reduced the amount of quinine you need in tonic. So that's also why it's called tonic, because quinine is a tonic for malaria. Yeah.
Honey, just so you know,
What? That's fun. Is everything on your end out in the universe who's watching us, is everything cool? Give us a thumbs up in the chat if it is.
I can't.
Like it's just completely...
Like I'm trying to type you and watch.
Oh, of course. Of course. That happens at the work.
At my work all the time. People call me to help, and I'm like,
And then they're like, why is it working out? I'm like, because I'm watching.
So should we make the gin and tonics and then proceed?
Make these.
thanks.
Aren't we supposed to make the gin and tonic first?
Oh, I guess so. From the look
On your face.
making the cocktail.
So
Introduce the cocktail.
it's the gin and tonic.
Oh, perfect. Historical.
Context check. Preparation. Here we go.
This is really, so I don't have a flat out recipe for us here, but the one thing you want is to have ice in the glass as much as the glass will take. That's one that I read.
Plenty of ice.
Yep.
The ratio?
A 3-to-1 ratio is what I found on site. Thank you, Ping. So that you basically, you have a little bit of the gin and then the rest of it. And then I have a lime here that I'll slice that is a little bit on top of that. So let's do the gin. If you want it to be stronger, you can, but like I said, the typical ratios from what I saw was, and we're not shaking this because obviously tonic water is carbonated, right? And I don't know about you, but I don't want to take a tonic water bath. So
I told.
I know, that's why.
How does that gin smell?
How does it smell?
Yeah.
Delicious and clean. Yeah.
Juniper berry tea.
Or herby or
It's
what?
herby. I mean, I would say it's funny because one of the things that you can garnish with is like not thyme, but,
Rosemary.
Rosemary. Yeah. So
Do you have any of that?
I have some rosemary over there. No, I'm just doing this officially so that you can see. And again, everything I'm pouring here is really, really cold. So I enjoy that. Because we were at Stark Steakhouse in Santa Rosa, and I had a gin and tonic with the botanist, and it was...
Yeah, I was going to say do that. Easy.
That's really it.
No, what about the rosemary?
You want a little rosemary in yours? Okay. Okay, Denise.
Rosemary tastes like soap. Right?
Sometimes. If it's just in that kind of.
Remember when we used to go
Oh, look at
Oh,
that.
it's so pretty.
we're back at the steakhouse.
We used to go on
And so
that.
now you want to give it a little stir.
Girls' weekend, and they would
Make that water, and you didn't like the water.
Rosemary goes good on chicken.
There you go.
Thank you.
Let me know how that is.
The presentation is beautiful.
Well, we aim for presentation around these parts.
That's good.
Is it clean? That's the thing I love about gin and tonics. I mean, they're so just like, it's like, just so good. Especially in the summer. There's nothing better than like on a hot day, just like a gin and tonic, if you ask me.
If you ask.
One slice for Denise. Goes in there. And a little stir up.
Rosemary leaves are awfully long. But this thing
Just shot up.
Well, this is new. I just got it. So.
What? Didn't we have a rosemary outside?
Yeah, it got crushed under all the snow we got.
Ah, remember how we had that big rosemary?
Off
Yes.
the front porch at our old house?
Yeah. You know what I found
I miss
out?
that guy.
Yeah, you know what I found out? Is that I think it was so big because the
Drain.
the cap thing that goes in for like your main water line into your house, there's like a cap that like everything flushes out to the main,
Uh-huh.
and it was in that flower bed. So either, I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but
I think it got so big because that's where the
Gutter strain, too.
yes. I think, this winter was rough for anything outside. It just, like, stuff that should have come back didn't.
And
So-
for like a
week straight we've had showers.
at some point during the day, right?
Which is like it used to be around here.
I hate that last one.
Summer.
Me too, because it's like,
I
what we would get is, like, warm throughout the day, and then it would cool down, and the wind and the cool air would come together, and you get thunder showers and a little lightning. And because it was so wet most of the summer, where you were getting not long periods of dry, you wouldn't have to be worrying about fire. I mean, little ones maybe, but not
Yeah.
like that we've had. So
And it was like
tamp down all the allergens and everything. Continue.
you know
like
what's
your drink?
good about this?
Yeah.
I think the tonic water makes a difference. I think it's really good tonic water. The sweetness comes through. The little bit of bitterness with the gin. I love it. That is excellent.
where did you
Get the tonic.
Winco.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not like
Special thing.
It is not. So let's do this.
that. Okay.
What are we doing now?
We are making the marinade. I believe that is. So I'm going to zest these things. And we talked about this before, but don't go too deep because you don't want to get
What's
pissed
that?
off.
I ruined your joke. Say it again.
I said you don't want to get too deep into it, and then Amy said, "Why?" And I said, "Because you don't want to get pissed off." It's the dorkiest joke ever, but it is
I
funny.
like it.
So you got to do we're doing the zest of all the fruit first, and then we will get the juices out of it. It's really going to amp up with the oils, the citrus oils from the peels and the olive oil kind of mixing together. You're going to get, if we had, did you get me some of that citrus olive oil or just the other one?
Oh, I did.
We could put a little bit of that in there.
That stuff is so good.
What's
Have
it-
Tasted it?
I have not.
Oh.
So,
You should.
what's your guys' experience with tapas? I mean, is it something that you seek out? Do you have good tapas restaurants in your area? I mean, I don't know if even that tapas place is
It's not.
here in town anymore. So, it'd be interesting to see.
I don't think I would.
I think you would have to discover a restaurant and discover the things that they have in there that are good. You know what I mean? Because
And I think they're good.
Order one or two.
it was
It's expensive.
It was expensive. I remember at that place we went to. But, different times, whatever. But I don't know. I mean, I've had tapas, I think, here in Reno one time, and then nothing else that we've ever eaten has called itself tapas. You can think of, right?
Like at the.
That Campo,
Yeah.
I think
They call them top. I mean, they're appetizers.
But those green olives that we got were so good. So they were just literally like
The
really
Campo is no more.
completely no more?
I think it's moving down now more.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh. That's interesting.
I don't know. They never survived the.
Well, yeah.
It just was expensive.
Yeah. So I found this one to be the most time consuming. I don't know why, the one I did it before, but that is, probably people with better technique or who do it a lot can get through it faster. Anybody got any big plans for this 3-day weekend in the United States here? We're going to a little barbecue tomorrow, right? And then Monday. What's Monday? Is that the 30th?
I don't know.
No, that's Tuesday. So I think.
9th.
Okay, so I have acupuncture on Tuesday at 6:45
And then
p.m.
you're going to
Portland on Thursday.
I
Right?
am Thursday evening, so we got to put an episode out next Wednesday because I do it from Portland, but I don't have any. I'm not gonna take any of my equipment on the plane, so because I'm flying. I got
Ridiculous.
what?
You got amazing
cheap flights to Portland.
Yeah.
I looked into
flights to Palm Springs.
ridiculous.
Why? Do you think it's just a different time that you're going? I don't know. Maybe because I was one person traveling too.
No, I put in for
Person.
Oh well, I don't know.
And it was going to be like,
What did you get? $200 round trip?
Well, my initial ticket was $165 round trip, and then Alaska Airlines, contacted me and was like, "Hey, we got premium seats available. They're only going to be like, $100 or $80 or whatever it was."
That's how you think Alaska Airlines?
That's just in general, I think. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it was like $500.
So I mean,
for what?
in total, I'm paying get upgraded to the premium seats. I paid like $250 round trip.
Now, didn't he say, if it was just,
Quick and easy and but
And when are you going? Have you decided?
I was just looking early July.
So
But no, late June or late July because early July I'll be in Florida. But
Florida.
I know, it's hateful, but I am gonna go
Oh,
a few days early because Andrea has to be there early. And
She has
all these meetings, but just need to go early and float around.
Ditching a dog to go float around on the river.
And I'm going to Colorado Springs.
Oh,
this year.
must be nice. Let me treat yourself real nice around these parts, everybody.
That's actually because all the flights just to get to Florida
Oh, I can't even
were
imagine.
ridiculous
I can't imagine.
and forever.
Yeah.
Unless I just spent the night in Colorado with Andrea and Lino Senior, and then
Yeah.
it was like way better.
Does anybody travel a lot for like work or whatever? Because let me tell you,
What's that?
it's an orange.
Oh.
Well, it's because I took the pith off.
Oh.
Or the
You took the right.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's been
I didn't make
all right. You've had me, Jen.
What do you want?
There is a fun machine at the Whole Foods that will make you fresh orange juice. I'm sure it's in other places too, but
I do love that.
hey, when you watch it, it looks like
It looks like a Willy Wonka thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are all Willy Wonka machine sounds.
There's a new Willy Wonka thing coming up.
Yeah, with
Like Willy Wonka prior to.
yeah,
Like how he discovered the Oompa Loompa.
Timothy Chalamet. Oh.
Timothy Chalamet. Who's that?
He's the actor who's playing Willy Wonka. And I just
He's very.
wait, he's got a thin face. There's an actor who, if they were going with like trying to match a Gene Wilder version, he was on Shameless, and now he's on a show about a restaurant called The Bear. And I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he looks like he could be like a Gene Wilder love child. He's very similar looking to him. Yeah.
Do you remember
How
Andrea's parents were here
if we were talking about movies
and her mom was talking about the menu?
and like how she hated it.
Yeah,
It was and we were like, we love that movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, this is from two different books, but it is interesting.
wow. She really did not like
I'm
that.
going to use a little bit of this.
Okay, pour it into the.
Rinse your shot glass.
No, because what if I want to have another?
taste it though. It's so good.
That you can just put that right
Over salad and be done.
Oh, that's quite delightful.
And they
Make it from the Meyer lemons that they grow on
the property.
That makes, I mean,
So we'll go add a cup of that, and
And I just really
pictures of Meyer lemons. When we go there in October,
go into the estate tour.
is it Orsi?
no,
Drake. Oh, it's great. Drake Creek.
It's in Dry Creek,
the views are gorgeous.
honey, and you're gonna have so much fun.
So that's a quarter of a cup of the olive oil.
We're
Actually,
doing the estate tour just for you. That's
Told you how they're,
how they're all
that's what I get for being sassy.
you know, sustainable. Yeah.
That's true. That is I'm a very big on sustainable agriculture, as everybody who watches this show hopefully knows. If not, well. So, the biggest time sink again, I think, is just getting the stuff skinned. Doesn't sound right.
Steve?
Yeah. I mean, that just sounds like a better word. I mean, what are we doing? We're actually skinning it.
so. Annette and I were talking about
We were talking about garden.
something, and she was like, "Oh, you can," and I'm like, "Oh yeah,
We can. And she's like, I should.
we know that you can." Blah blah blah. And
We were talking about like making jelly and jam.
I said we never made jelly. And we never thought that we
Make lots of jam and this and that and the other thing. And
one year we had all those tomatoes.
I said, if I never have to
Squeeze a tomato out of its skin.
again, I'll be perfectly happy.
It was disappointing. Not disappointing, but a little bit disgusting.
Yeah, it was so gross. She was talking about
Yeah, they do a lot of
canning as well. And she tried to make grape
jelly because somebody she knows has a bunch of fruit
it basically turned out like grape
syrup.
Oh, yeah, probably need more.
But we've had stuff like that happen.
Yeah, I need more liquid packet, but the syrup would be good. Yeah. I need a teaspoon of salt.
But I was talking about how like,
You're gonna have a lot in the garden this year.
and I was talking about the pears.
Oh, yeah.
About Dario's recommendation.
Recommendation for the pear tree?
No.
Okay, well,
He said that we should everywhere
on the pear tree where there's more than one
coming out of the cluster,
Uh-huh.
we should trim it
off,
off
so there's only one.
Okay.
because that way the fruit will be bigger and
Juicier.
We should do that on a lot.
yeah. And he was like, otherwise
Because I was like, I'm afraid that it's going to like snap the branch.
branches because there's so much fruit on it right now.
He said, then you need to go through and trim it.
And he said it would be a good bonding experience.
It's good teamwork.
Can I put it this way? I'll go out there with my clippers. I can't see you doing that.
Oh no!
That way I can tell Daria.
That I helped.
Okay. All right. So I'm just giving this a stir up here. So if you can get fresh shrimp, go ahead and use fresh shrimp.
Okay, please remind me.
So it is a quarter cup of olive oil. Yeah. Can you want to pull up the?
Oh, that's right.
That's
Well, I'll try, but this thing
Yes,
Yeah.
it's not loving me right now.
A quarter cup of olive oil. The juice of a lime, lemon, and orange. The zest of a lime, lemon, and orange. A teaspoon of salt and a half teaspoon of pepper. And then you need about a tablespoon, which is about this, of parsley.
Cheryl says,
J salt. Who's having such big sneezes?
Somebody next to you.
So I have some here, but we're going to use this later, so that's why it's not chopped, so you can see it.
what's that?
That second tablespoon of parsley.
You know, I'm not trimming the tree one.
It didn't end well for the tree. Good luck.
No, we're not trimming the tree. We're just cutting off
The fruit.
Is there a time period of which that is better to do? Did Daria mention it? Oh.
Yeah, which we can now.
Yeah.
He said he did it.
like with his peach tree. We got way better.
Oh, well, there's so many blossoms on there, so we won't be missing too much. But
already has peaches on it.
So now you're going to take your shrimps.
Your shrimps?
Yeah, and you just add them in. Now the biggest thing here is you want to make sure that you get this muched about. Yes, I know it's stupid. I apologize.
I think it's funny. Well, it doesn't matter. I think you should mix those up a lot before.
Well, yeah. But I want to make sure they get covered and then. So, again, make sure you get a nice coverage here.
Last words are just going to couple. Well, that happened because
Andrew's like, cut this branch and leave
a gigantic branch, and then
he said this.
So now that this is sitting here, this needs to sit for at least 30 minutes to an hour. And then what you're going to
isn't the citrus?
That is a good point. Yes, it is going to cook it a little bit. But that's all right. It's not actually not going to act like in the way that we did it before, where we actually with the ceviche, because it's not pure citrus. It's going to more tenderize than it cook it. And so you've got, this is what it's going to be. I mean, it's not much different than what we just made. You probably wouldn't even be able to tell. But a little bit more.
Does it look, they don't
Look more opaque?
Yes, a little bit. Like
Okay.
this one here. But the point, I guess the point I was getting at a little bit is that it's not, it's more tenderizing anyway. So it will cook it a little bit.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so now
Well, and then they'll cook even faster. I
and then
it's, you're not getting,
don't want them to get chewy and yuck.
yeah, it's not going to be very,
what do you only make the rice?
no, that's after.
Okay.
Because we're just eating these as the skewers and then going from there. Right.
We're actually turning this into.
Well, rice is the main dish, and this is just an accompaniment. So, all right. So now we just grill. We're going to grill these if you're using a grill pan. If you're putting them outside, you want to. I mean, if you got a gas barbecue, then put it on like medium, medium high. If you're going, I've got this on medium high heat here. Probably a little bit more like medium or high. Sorry, had a stroke there. And then we're going to skewer these
Metal skewers? Why did you decide to use?
Wood instead of metal.
because.
Oh, because they both fit.
Never mind.
So I've got this, and now you're just going to skewer. Whoop, that's the blunt end. If you're going to go with the blunt end, you're pretty much not doing it right. Okay. And I'm going to go all the way down to about, because again, this is going to fit in, so. And I'm doing it double here, so I get a little bit more control.
You're doing through 2 points?
I am.
I don't know what it is.
I bet these are good.
I mean, the simplicity of it is what I'm really looking forward to, because I mean, it's shrimp, quick. I mean, it smells very citrusy, a little garlicky, but very good.
How many shrimp are in there?
It's 1 pound worth, and I'm using the 31 to 45 or something like that size, and a pound. They're large. They're the large ones, is what it says. The package said is large. So.
But they're bite sized.
Yeah. Again, you're going to take it off. You're going to take it off the skewer and go. Yes, I mean, that's what I was. Yeah. But I guess I'll turn that down. Probably make 3 skewers so we can each of them. At least 30 minutes. Probably more. You need to probably go more like an hour, especially if you're going to use fire.
Fire.
What's that? That's that song that after the guy blows up in Hot Fuzz, that he's Mr. Skinner. Hot Fuzz, by the way. Let's see, what have we been watching this? Oh, we've been watching a lot of Star Trek The Next Generation, just because it's something fun to watch. We watched, Denise and I watched Squid Game till like midnight last night, and then...
I watched it before.
You guys are acting now like I was. So.
I'm not saying that we just... Yeah, well...
stuff to watch.
I do.
Yeah,
But a lot of people.
it's good. I
I'm
like
watching. What is it called?
Mrs. Davies.
Watching that. It's weird.
Yeah, I like it because it's got Betty Gilpin, I think is her name, and she is the gal who was the main character in The Hunt.
That woman's name's not fit.
Look it up. I believe that her name is Betty Gilpin, and she is excellent in it. I mean, she's sort of she just has
It's funny because
she just has a look about her that when she says something like what the WTF? What are you talking about? Yeah.
You said that, and then I looked at the cast so on episode 1, and it
Doesn't
doesn't have her.
Well, she's in it.
Yeah,
It's an
her name is okay. Her name is Elizabeth Tolan.
But, her,
She's in Elizabeth.
but what does she go by?
Mm.
Betty.
Which is
It is crazy.
I like her.
Yeah, I mean, she's just got the look of what?
It's like
Not like a
Yes.
standard beauty.
No, but she's. I think,
And
Her face is expressive. I like it.
yeah, I think she. I mean, she's definitely. What was that about? Oh God.
anywho.
Yes, they are. They look. They look?
They do look delicious.
I like it. I mean, it's an interesting concept.
Well, I haven't gone that far.
I'm not. I'm just saying that if you were interested, it's on Peacock. What else?
Peacock used to be something.
No.
No, Peacock is NBC's answer to streaming service.
Oh, okay. That.
So I'm getting about 5 per skewer here.
How many skewers is?
I don't know. I have 4 done, and I have a lot of shrimp left. So I'm gonna give this.
Continue
I
to
was
do it
just
while
gonna-
you cook.
Yes, I'm gonna do one more. But again, you can see I'm doing to the
Top and the bottom.
Okay.
and I'm just gonna finish these 5, and then we'll move on to the cooking. Again, the cooking does not take very long at all, because again, it's shrimp. It should not cook more than 2-3 minutes, because if it does, what happens? It gets rubbery and tough and weird. Nobody
Focused on your bowl and what you're doing.
and nobody likes
Shrimps.
rubbery shrimps. I mean, I've eaten
Rubbery or not, I'll eat them.
plenty of shrimps, but okay. I'm gonna hand off this. Oh my fingers smell amazing. I'm not saying it's not weird. I'm just saying it is what it is.
You have to be careful with this little grill pan. Oh, did you?
What I turned up the grill pan?
Mhm.
No, not yet. I'm going to right now.
I think just
The next part is where I would fail amazingly
Right. And why is that?
because I would want to mess with them,
and
Right.
move them around and
Now
and I won't get the nice marks. And
and
thing that I am
they'll stick
interested
and be
in is-
weird.
it's not saying to put any oil down.
Hold on, let me check.
So
Oh,
I
yeah.
was I saying there's enough oil in there?
I guess, or
Cook them enough so they like char and then
yeah. Okay, so there's a definite yeah.
Dairy.
There's just an orientation to this that you're gonna want. You want to go across and not this way. I mean, you can,
Oh, yeah.
you can go across this way, but it's gonna look weirder. So
No.
okay, now 2 to 3 minutes per side. It says, but watch it. You're looking for pink and opaque, right? But I realize I've had enough of this cocktail, so
Oh, I almost drank all of mine.
would you like me to make you another one?
Sure, but I should probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to make me one while you're mixing?
Yeah, you want me to have your glass? See, this is low key. I like it. It's nice. It seems more echoey in here. Is that just me?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Well.
I don't want to do that, but fries little and pieces aren't really little.
I know, I was just thinking that.
Well,
Yeah, which is great.
Do you think this ratio is good? The 1 to. Yep.
I got a thumbs up while she's chugging water.
Oh, there's a beastie in right
yeah,
now.
because you jinxed it, and now another one is up.
It's Woody. What are you doing in my kitchen, Woody? Out. What does say?
I'm just checking.
And the guy who's in that Mrs. Davies is they did a television adaptation of that movie Limitless, and he's been in other things after that, but that was what I know. Oh,
What's in there?
I don't know.
It sat on the cabinet and then exploded on me. So
Don't trip over there.
Throw your rag down.
Ooh, I just feel hot.
Yeah, me too.
You can point to that.
Let me
How are you gonna grab that?
grab this. Oh, I'm gonna get a
clamper.
what do I?
A clamper?
Sure. Tongs.
Tongs?
Yeah,
But the clamper has meaning.
I know it
And
is.
it's not that.
It's true. It is not that. All right. Here's another cocktail for you.
Thank you.
Well, it's only. Let's not be crazy. It's only an ounce of alcohol, so you can drink. We're not talking about a 3-ounce drink here. You'd have to have a tankard if you wanted to go that route. Okay.
How did
Hey, look. Ooh, let me do.
Nice. And they didn't stick.
A little bit, but I think that's just.
But maybe that's
That's what they're counting on, right?
Yeah. I don't know. No. We'll put some more in here and we'll do it, and then this one will be up, and then.
and away we go. Minutes per side.
Yeah, I'd say about 2 minutes, more than 3. I'm just going to turn that on low. It's not going to do anything, but it is. Whoa, I got a little bit of a lean there. Did you see that?
Did you put whatever actor murder you
Bill,
Oh, yeah.
because otherwise this smile.
Yeah. What, you should, if you make this recipe, which we gave you the recipe for to do, then you should take a picture of it and post it on our social or tag it with the tag hashtag side dish cooking. And then, and if you make, or a cocktail, if you make a gin and tonic, you could always tag us that way. We want to see if you make any of our recipes.
smells really good.
It does smell excellent. So what do we got here? Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. On one side, we got good grill marks, but see how it's pink and opaque? We don't want to go much further than that. So, Denise, can I have another plate, please? Thank you so much. And now, it says to serve hot, so...
Let it rest for a minute, though.
Yeah. And I got one more of these here, so we'll throw it on there. And then 3 more over there.
Those fries have
Grill marks.
Yeah, no, they're not like gigantic ones, but
That a little chili flakes for the marinade there a little.
I think so. What do you think? How's the flavor? Is it simple?
Really good.
Does the citrus come through?
Yeah.
the citrus is there.
I think the addition of the lemon olive oil.
We didn't do it on this one.
What?
This is not the marinade. The marinade is the second bag,
It's interesting because I can definitely
Taste the citrus.
which is good. I mean, it's right there in the name, so I was a little
It
worried
might
about
be
that.
too much in the.
Maybe.
I know it's very good.
Well, and again, the simplicity of it is what this is about, right? It's not supposed to be complicated. you should be able to make a bunch of these things and then put it together and have a good time. You know.
Here, baby.
Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, that's delightful. And you know what the best part about? What I like a lot about this is none like that. There's a good citrus flavor, but the shrimp comes through. Like you still, like it's balanced, which is really what. A teeny bit, or the pepper or the garlic, like being. So what do we got? Let's see. We got a little bit more to go here. If you haven't, you should like and subscribe. Go through and go back and watch our videos if you haven't watched all of them. And subscribe to, and then like those, and that really helps a lot. The subscription base is, we're moving one every month or two. That's fine. But likes on the videos are really helpful because people see it then and they come back. I've been thinking about, and I was gonna prompt this to you, but what, like, some strategies about like YouTube and stuff is very interesting. But it was like you can make a video on a full video that's like 15 minutes and just make the recipe, like just demonstrate it, and then put that out for people on like Monday, let's say. And then on Saturday you do the live cook of that, and then people can cook along with it because the other videos already come out. Which I thought would be an interesting thing. I think I mentioned this last week, but I'm looking at doing another deep dive for frozen desserts like sorbet ice cream and gelato. Getting into like more of the science of certain things and blah blah blah. Oh. Big plate?
Big plate.
That's all right. Denise is over there munching on it, but
Sucking on shrimp tail.
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean that's perfect. This one's got me a little bit to go. Yeah, and that's the other thing too. It's the freshness of all the ingredients is what really gets. One of the things I was talking about the importance. I think we've done this before, but we talk about the importance of like fresh squeeze versus And I was like, why really do we want that? And it's like, well, the effectiveness of the actual vitamin, like the not effect, deficiency, but there we go. The potency of this vitamin C and everything actually diminishes, which is why when you look at orange juice, it has added vitamin C, and you're like, why would you need to do that? So. Well, I mean, I would give like a half hour. We can do these. We'll do the rice, and we'll be good to go.
Yeah.
It's tapas. We can do this batch we can have, and then we'll have the rest. We'll have a little rice. Yeah.
Smells so good in here.
Yeah, I would recommend all of this. This gin and tonic is excellent. Again, it comes back down to ingredients. I think I was going there and I went off on a tangent, but like good gin, good tonic,
It all goes together too.
That's exactly. So I was playing a little play on this, but again, I think we're going to do more tapas. I want to do like a different varieties of things. Yeah, I think exactly.
Yeah, I like it.
And then, we talked about it last week, but we're still in progress with the pizza oven. I feel comfortable maybe in the next few weeks pouring the top. This weekend?
Yeah.
We can. What about next week? Episode on Wednesday. That's for sure because I'll be out of town starting Thursday until Sunday. I would think. I don't have anything chosen yet, so if you have suggestions, we'd like to hear them. Do you have anything for summer that you think we should make? Do you like?
Yes.
coming in for that. Hopefully, I'll try and put something out more. I'm trying to be more prepared. Obviously, we'll see how it
I
goes.
think we should stick to tapas.
So
We can figure something
small
out.
dishes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So caramelization is going.
Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, beauties. That's got maybe I'm gonna get like a minute tops on that side.
Just to give it a little bit of color.
Okay.
Turn that off.
I'm gonna have another one of these.
Just to, Ooh, that's very
Hi.
warm. I like it.
And just like that, it's 7:58
So, we learned a little bit today, right? Who knows if the history of tapas that we read is anywhere true? It seems to be known that this is like basically how it is, but I am going to explore this because I think we have tons of opportunities to get into the different varieties and what that means. And, maybe we can do a charcuterie board type of a situation as well on top of that. That would be really good. Amy does not like it, but I can make an olive tapenade, which is so good. And we'll move on from there. But, as we move into this, we're going to continue to
Have a good time.
I think this is, again, I think officially today, which is today's the 27th. Between last week and this week was the third year anniversary of this show. So
Crazy.
that's insane. Turn that off so it doesn't, that's already going to be nice and burning. So make yourself a gin and tonic. Make yourself some skewers. You won't use these recipes because they're not going to be terrible. I can tell you that already. Tune in next week on Wednesday. And then after that, I think we'll be pretty schedule-wise on Saturdays from there. Always at 7 p.m. And remember that as we go through this, we do it together. And to reach out to people, be kind, and be loyal. Do something nice for somebody next week. We love you so much. We don't do this without you, and we'll see you then.